comic book fans, and welcome to another exciting edition of Cammy's Comic-Con Corner 2010. I'm your host, as always, Cammy, back again to cover this gorgeous, wonderful convention in my own hometown, in my own backyard of San Diego. So I got tons of creator interviews lined up, I've got tons of panels to go see and fill you in on, and all that jazz. So in the meantime, let's go. Let's get this party started. Right now. I mean it. I'm serious. That's probably gonna get cut out. I'm here with Cliff Chiang, artist extraordinaire. Cliff, how has Comic-Con been treating you this so far?
It's been great. It's been great. Every year it's kind of a long haul. You got like 5 days of all this stuff, 9 to 5, or 9 to 7 actually, wall-to-wall people, coming to buy your booth and going to panels and stuff like that. So it's a great experience, but it's definitely, it can be taxing.
Now, your art is, first of all, beyond gorgeous, and it's unfortunate that I haven't been seeing so much of it in the past couple of years because you've been working solely on Neil Young's Greendale project. Is that right?
That's right. That's right. I took it on about 2 years ago thinking that, in the meantime I would do covers and things like that. But as I was working on the book, I realized that I really needed to just focus on the book, on Greendale itself, because doing covers is great, but it is really kind of shifting gears a little bit because you're thinking about one single image as opposed to a page of 6 panels. So, I think about 6 months or about a year into Greendale, I decided to really just step back. And it was better for my sanity, but I feel like I haven't really been on the stands in quite a while.
Now, when you were working on Greendale, were you familiar? I mean, did you have the CD on in the background, or were you watching the movie? Like, were you given a reference by Neil Young himself?
Sure. No, I definitely picked up all that stuff. There was an art book. I watched the movie. I've listened to the CD. I was listening to other Neil's work. Just trying to get in the vibe of Neil's world.
Right.
And so that was all really helpful. But at the same time, the writer Josh Dysart and I, we also wanted to kind of put our vision of the work through, because it really wasn't a straight adaptation. If you listen to the album, it's very spread out. It's a song cycle. It's pulling. It's not a linear story. And Josh did a great job of tying all that stuff together, but he also gave it a different focus. And so a lot of the book really is us in there as well. And I like to think of it kind of as being like a cover album or a cover version, of Neil's work. So it's our interpretation, but the meat and bones of it is Neil's.
And now that the gorgeous hardcover is out now, go check it out if you haven't already. You're now back in the comics a little bit. I mean, you returned with Brave and the Bold #33, where it was a great story about Batgirl, and now you're doing some covers for Detective, Birds of Prey. What next do you have on the agenda?
I've been jumping around a little bit. I guess since Greendale, I've done like a short Supergirl story. Did the Brave and the Bold. I've got an issue of DMZ that's coming out in about 2 months in September, and Brian Wood has written, I think, five issues that take place all in one night from 5 different characters' points of view. And so I've got one of the characters, and it's exciting to work on that because it's a very different feeling from working on something like Greendale. Greendale's so kind of in the Pacific Northwest, very kind of folksy, small town stuff. DMZ, I'm working with a bombed out version of New York, and really gritty. I'm having to, draw graffiti and just, kind of wear and tear on everything. So it's a nice change of pace, and I'm actually going to try and change my art style a little bit, loosen up, just take it as an opportunity to experiment with things. So I'm really looking forward to finishing that up.
Good. And then finally, you have these great Star Wars propaganda posters. I've never seen such good-looking posters like this. What inspired you with this?
I had done a set of trading cards for Topps that were, they had asked, if I was interested in doing some. They had a couple different areas of subject matter. One was like, women of Star Wars. I was like, oh, do you have anything there? Like, no, we've got Adam Hughes and Darwin Cook doing that. So, you can, try and pick something else. And then they said, we have a propaganda set. And I was like, sure. I was like, I've got a few ideas. And I pitched them 3 different ideas. And they were like, we love them. Do all of them. So it immediately became like a set. And those became really popular. And I ended up speaking with the people from Acme Archives, who do all sorts of limited editions and production art stuff from Star Wars and Disney and other places. And they asked me to do a new set, sort of capitalize on that popularity and kind of bring I guess, their collection of Star Wars art to a different place. It's what I do. I think has more of a pop culture bent to it. So I was thinking, we've done the propaganda. I can do another one, but I need to kind of push it in a different direction. So I've done kind of an Art Deco recruiting poster. There's one that's a Chairman Mao propaganda poster, and the last one is is a Boba Fett movie poster in the style of like a 60s spy film.
And if fans want more information about your works or upcoming projects, where can they find you on the web?
I'm at cliffchiang.com, CHIANG, and I update every few weeks. There's usually some new piece of art up there, and I'll also let people know what I'm going to be working on.
Well, Cliff, thank you so much for your time. I'm off to go get one of these propaganda posters. And Cliff Chiang, everybody.
Thanks.